Hello, MATREXX.
Welcome to BIOMUTANT. The mountains are beautiful, but so exposed. Let's see. There's the sovereign who runs this outpost.
Mashallah, Mol.
He didn't expect his outpost to be invaded, but now that you're working with their rival, he can see why. He argues coming here without an invitation and bad intention is the same as invading. He has no illusion what their rival stands for.
Oh boy.
It's their last line of defense. Once their guardian falls, they'll surrender. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger. Thinks you did a great job capturing the rival's third outpost, and believe says it will be a relief to find. have a chance to change the future for good or bad. Shines happy that the myriad says you'll see each other later. The day is wasting. Time to get to it.
Banana, banana. Shortcuts. Gigabyte. नहीं भाई यहीं से चले जाऊंगा, नीचे से नहीं जाऊंगा मैं। नहीं मिला भाई। ठीक है भाई।
The world needs saving. Make the most of the day.
Okay.
They've been waiting for you. Taking control of this fort will bring peace between your tribes. The scouts have reported activity nearby that's worth looking into before you enter the fort. The plan is to fling you over the wall with a sling lobber. However, he wants you to secure a hard hat first should anything go wrong.
Hello?
Explains that it's a type of catapult that uses...
Yes. Oh bye. Take the loot. No.
Your destiny waits on the path you'll take to avoid it.
Ooh.
If you close your eyes hard enough to reality, your mind opens to let memories in. That's one way to remember what's forgotten. When an unwanted memory intrudes on the mind, it is a natural reaction to want to block it out or just change it.
Hey.
However, there's no doubt that what you remember makes your future different. You weren't supposed to know how to start the automaton pew-pew pang, but clearly you figured that out way back then.
Hey यार, कुछ होता पहाड़, ओ भाई। नहीं लड़ना यार, कपूट को नहीं लड़ना।
Imagine if you landed at the bottom of the mountains.
फुल बूम बम होने वाला है भाई।
It's time to set the rival tribe free. Inflict as little damage as possible as you make your way through to their seafood. You need to unite the tribes and save the Tree of Life to truly become free. That's a fire starter. The dry grass looks like it would ignite easily. You just need to create a spark to light a fire. It burns brighter than the light. Fate is funny that way, but it won't always make you laugh. Battering bonker looks like a great way to get through the gate. Bet you just need to knock and it'll open up. That's bonkers. The Netra tribe values liberty and is striving to protect freedom. They want to continue with each tribe being responsible for their own and believe that uniting the tribes is the only way you can survive. He was hoping it wouldn't end this way. There's no reason to fight instead of uniting. It would be fighting over nothing. He sees strength in you like no one else, but if fight is all you do, he can't stand by you. The rival Sifu is defeated, and the destiny of their tribe is in your hands. You are free to choose their fate, but not free from the consequences of your choice. He'll leave it up to you to decide the fate of the rival Sifu, but suggests you be merciful. Do good, and good will follow you. Thinks it's a good gesture to offer support to others when you can see that they need it. And with that, you're spinning your own fate, good or bad, never to be undone. Side by side they'll stand until order and stability is reinstituted. He's gotten news that the other tribes have realized there are no winners in this war. There's no purpose in antagonism. All three of them believe your tribe has grown strong enough to unite them. It's clear your efforts have been successful. There's light at the end of the tunnel. The tribes are tired of war and will remember the one who brought them peace, whether you decide it'll be now or later. So, do you want to end the war now or continue the crusade? He agrees. Better save your energy for something meaningful. It's the Netra claw chain. You should figure your nighttime strategy. He knows things that you need to know. Shine's happy that the Myriad can count on a friend as bright as you. Glad to have someone pub. He knows things. Wishes you goodbye. Worth going outside just to see the night sky. Let's see.
फास्ट ट्रैवल करना भाई।
That's some sharp wood scrap there. Watch for splinters.
Hi, bitch.
So many places to be today.
Oh भाई ठीक है भाई मर जाएगा बेचारा।
Glad to see some wood scrap there.
भाई पिटाई पड़ रही है. Pues todo.
Says they're tired of thinking so much about how the tree of life is dying. Called them mind monitors. Got to find one of them. Thinks they used to have them everywhere, but mostly inside, on worktops. Most mind monitors were kept indoors. Maybe look for one there. Get it running, and that mind monitor will... Says you'd be an even better solver. Rain gets any worse, you could dissolve. There it is, the tree of life. The idea that all life is related by common descent, where the twigs are existing species and those produced in the past represent the succession of the extinct. The tree's great branches were once budding twigs, a connection between the past, present, and future. A representation of all extinct and living species with its ever-branching and beautiful ramifications. We are an evolution of those that came before. Hey, you could probably make something glossy with plastic scrap. That paid off. Says they've mostly heard good things about you. Says you should take it easy. It's so vibrant out during daylight. This one seems to be in good spirits despite being left here for dead. Has heard that you have a sense of compassion and trusts it's in your nature to help those in need. Is surprised you chose not to help. Feeling good is not the same thing as doing good.
Bam! The dark wins again. Right? Right?
That's right! Think! The right thing is right there!
Oh, shut that light off, would you?
Makes me feel brighter by the second.
Don't doubt yourself. That's what light is for.
Gross. This place stinks. Can't understand why you don't just give up on helping. We'll be around when you... This story needs a hero. loot. Whoa, that's some strongy metal strap there. Lupin's camp has always been there, hidden deep inside the mountains. Go make the most of the day. Tread carefully here. This is Lupin's camp. Been taking your vitamins? Feeling stronger every day. You move like the wind. Darkness makes you miss the light.
रास्ता बता दो भाई। BT. This is a big BT.
Look at that plastic scrap, just waiting for someone to do something with it. Like a peculiar item. Ah, that wood scrap seems like it would be perfect for your plans.
Happy friends.
At various stages of life, we all become memories for others, and just seeing someone acts as a catalyst for the past to seep in again. Illusions your mind creates to avoid the memories of being bullied. However, there's no doubt that what you remember makes your future different. So, you remembered the automaton's power-up feature. That's a boost. Time to get a move on before all your chances slip on by.
प्रेस करके देखते हैं फिर। जाना ही वही है। जाना कहाँ से है भैया? ओ ये रहा था लॉर्ड। वहाँ के नहीं कर सकता, वहाँ घूमना पड़ेगा भाई।
Try not to get turned around in the dark. Always good to have some wood scrap like that on hand.
ठीक है भाई।
Let's see. It's a place well hidden. It's just below the above. Out of Date's impressed you made it this far, but there's still so much left to do. The end of the world is still on everyone's minds. You've beaten a path where you have the power to destroy or save everyone. Question is, what you'll do with that responsibility. He can sense that your heart beats steadily and acknowledges that the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Thinks it's important that you remember who you are and where you came from. Someone without knowledge of their history and origin is like a tree without roots. He promises he'll be there for you. Just come talk to him beneath the tree if you're feeling lost. Out of Date says there's a time for everything. And now there's no use thinking of the past, for it's gone. Think of the present, because that's where you are. It's time to set your priorities as the one who completes things. If you continue to do good, good will follow you. If the world really does end, there won't be anywhere to run. So he's prepared for the worst, something he calls the Ark. Two sides to everything, but for him it would be devastating if you were forced to use the Ark to escape while the world crumbled. Out of Date says there's no clear record of the chain of events that changed the course of history and brought the world to its knees. He's found evidence on the Ark, records of a crisis, decades of contamination that permeate. The contamination disrupted what we now know as Ki energy, the life force that runs through all things, living and inanimate. He's been told the blight affected everything at a genetic level and turned our perception of normality on its head. It was only those that changed that avoided extinction, proving that the possibility for survival and renewal was real. He understands you are curious about the ship at the foot of the tree. He says it surfaced when the oil broke through the ground. The Ark predates the back-in days, and now, after years of study of the manuals he found inside, he believes he's figured the ship out. The Ark has room for 4 more, and he trusts you'll apply wisdom to your compassion and choose whom to save if the world comes to end. He'll keep the seats open, and you are free to invite up to 4 others to join you in the Ark in the event of a cataclysm. Out of Date says that from what he's heard, you've been busy. He says he appreciates what you've done so far, but unfortunately he's got urgent news from his friend Goop in the southeast. Out of Date says that even though he says he'll point you in the... That's the sound of impending doom. Out of Date's premonitions of imminent disaster are true. The Porcupine needs to be handled. Out of Date says that Goop is worried now that the Southeast World Eater is stepping up its activity. He explains that Goop is working on a goo-gliding vessel in order to get to the World Eater, but needs help to get it done. Out of Date suggests that you should head southeast as fast as possible and see what you can do to help. He wonders what's on your mind. He says you really need to go see Goop as soon as possible. He wonders what's on your mind. Understand.
बुड्ढा माल दे वाला शिप के अंदर है खाली शिप जब बैठा है
Keep on tracking down here and things will look up eventually. Let's see.
तो शुक्र है ड्राइवर पास वगैरह खुला हुआ था That there's Subnautica Station. Goop flounders around in there. Why is it always hard to go in?
The dark can make you miss the day fierce. Let's see. Says it's good to see you again. He's Goop. You might remember him from the old days when he tried to teach you how to swim. Goop says you were always so righteous as a child, and he can still feel it, even at a distance. Goop says memories fade surprisingly fast. We are all pieces of what we remember. It's only together we can remember the story as it was. He can't tell you much as he didn't want to hear anything about it. He can't understand how someone could be so vicious, even though he knows there are reasons behind it. He understands you've returned to face Lupa Lupin. That's the destiny you've been carrying within yourself all these years. He says that the catastrophe back then didn't vanquish the good in you. It's still there, as bright as when you were a child. Now the time has come for you to remember and act. Your life is your life, not the story you're told about it. He thinks that's the right thing to do. It's only when you have forgiven that you'll find peace.
There's a bright day coming!
Hey, that's going to get you burned.
The only one getting burned around here is you.
That stings.
Oh, do you want some first aid for that?
Can hardly believe the world is going to make it. Wonders what that's going to do to the goo. Thanks you for doing everything you could to de-goop the surf. Thinks the Myriad made a good match with you. You're both like sunshine on the surf. But hey, back to the goo. Knows yesterday is already gone. It's what you do today and tomorrow that'll move you forward. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the Subnautica station as the pollution has worn down the insulation of his suit, so you must salvage enough scrap. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the goo glide strong enough to fight the Porky Puff. Out of Date told him the undersurf was the epicenter of the contamination. This was where it struck hardest and inflicted the biggest change to the ecosystem. He shouldn't need to remind you that he needs scrap to upgrade the goo glide. Feels like the clouds came down to say hi. Might want to look for shelter from the rain.
My bad, my bad. Fuck was it?
You can see. The scrap keeps piling up. Toxanol's offshore drilling caused oily matter to spread with the rain and contaminate both. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Darkness cloaks the world. He's got the goo glide functional. You'll have a pull hook and a salvage net, but no armor, and an engine strong enough to break through the thick goo further out. There are lots of valuables left behind on the surf floor that the salvage net will enable you to haul. You just need to find the right spots. Goop says Gizmo's devised a cannon for the goo glide, but instead of bullets, it flips quacks, squeaky distractions for the triple attentive porky puff, which will give you time to get yourself in position. The best way to find quacks is to talk to Gulp. He has the bearings of the surf-archipelago and knows where the quacks like to float. This means you'll have the privilege of visiting Gulp in the Sinky Dink. He'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find quacks. That's where he bobs. Gulp refuses to move from that barge, despite the fact it makes... Nighttime is the better time for lots of things. Lots of notices on the board for things that made sense in the days when the surf was a lot cleaner. Interesting. In the old days, this was a port for boats that went under the... Toxanol didn't do it on purpose, I don't think. Their machines made a mess, though, and they never cleaned up after themselves. You should be able to find... All ashore that's going ashore. Metal ride. This here is the Sinky Dink, home of Gulp, at the very least.
Ja.
Let's see. You could make your own trail through the woods. Always happy to see you getting an early So, says you covered the important things already. He's pretty sure he's heard of you before, although the details are maybe a little hazy. He wonders if you have something for him to drink. Says it's both everything you could want and never enough. Says you look like you've got a powerful thirst to do something in this world. Good, bad, not really sure, but it seems like you've been drinking in your destiny and liking the flavor. Wonders if you could take the time to help a man slake his own thirst. You'd be doing him a liquid solid. You're a do-gooder, so you know you want to. Either way, he hopes you find a way to wet your whistle before the world comes to an awful dry end and leaves us all thirsting for more. Says life's like a mystery drink. Sometimes it's amazing, and sometimes it's awful. But either way, you can't stop drinking till you're dead. Sure, but that's nowhere near as quick and easy. Who wants to stop to chew? Wants to raise a glass to you getting the world fixed up a bit. Respects how you always try to help, no matter that the world's fate is hard to swallow. Sees why you joined up with the Myriad. They like a peaceful drink, just like you. Something calm and soothing for your belly. But who cares about them? Says you'd be as bummed out as him if you came for the hot stuff. The Glugmocker, Nimhimbibble, and his favorite radium syrup. That one's even more intoxicating now, aged in truck tankers and all. Without a drink, and radium syrup especially, he can't move, much less think, as the power of his mind is directly proportioned to the quantity of syrup he swigs. That's why he's called Gulp. The drink helps him forget the state the world is in, but it only lasts until tomorrow. The world is still doomed, even if the sun goes up. Says that's what gives your internal such a great glow. He wants you to know he has other interests too. He's the Surfipelago's self-proclaimed ornithologist, for example. There are other ways than a cold drink to relieve stress, even in these dark times, and, fortunately for you, he can help. Watching Pippi's flap is calming, but better yet are the ones you can look at and touch, like quacks. Squeezing them is a great way to relax. They're better at floating than flapping, so you should be able to net a few without growing yourself a pair of wings. Gulp tells you to not... Beats floating on a wheel tube. The Quack Hollow. It's just lonely.
Banana. My God, this is... I don't know how I do this at that little corner. Little tukka.
The right key could open it. That's not opening on its own. Whatever you do it right, or don't do it at all. Fire hazard like that can make you real sick. Now that's a knife. You need to line up the switches so they match. Bristles like the hair of one electrified. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. The Tree of Life still stands. Question is, for how long? I don't know what that e-waste was. That was a wild ride. Gulp says he'll bibble anything once, as that leads him to the bottom of that particular bottle. Crown. He's not in a state to go looking, so he's counting on you to help. Go find it. Thinks you're not the only one who... What? Keep your head on a swivel. strange not having the sky above.
I want super loot. ओ भाई ये ठीक है भाई।
Flex those smart muscles and open the hatch. Looks like you gummed up the gears. No glow juice for you. That should be enough glow juice for two. Sure you want to be out at night? Curious about what's up there? Knowing there is a beach out there somewhere doesn't mean you need to take a dip. Got it. Sometimes you've got to paddle on your own.
Hey, you humbug.
Gulp says he wants to take you with him on a super funny happy slide. Sharing is caring, and one drink for two is just right. Gulp says seeing your face is like seeing his own reflection at the bottom of a glass. It never gets old. He's been looking forward to a rendezvous, and it's on you to make it happen. There's even a chance the syrup is more intoxicating now from being aged in a radiated tanker. He's sure there are even more tanker trucks with radium syrup out there waiting to be emptied. Tells you that this time you can make it a double. Gulp says drinking shouldn't keep you from thinking. He wonders what's on your mind. Says you should take it easy. You'd better get a move on if you want to change things. Gulp thanks you. Says a drink or two won't do any harm. He refuses to... Gulp. He really appreciated that you shared a drink with him. You took a risk and deserve a reward. So he intends to keep the promise he gave you when you first met. He's got a few things, you see, that no one else has. Says that drinking alone is so miserable. It's really... Gulp says he's heard a juicy rumor that you found an ark. He wonders what kind of drinks that might inspire. Says he's happy for you, even if it means he might lose his thirstiest customer. Hard to know what you'd do with an ark if the world... Says he's ready to toast your effort to keep the world juicy. It's drink-worthy either way. Wants to know if you might want a master blender along on your ark trip.
So, what we have here is an opportunity to help your next. There's a seat open on the ark should you want to offer it as a gesture of appreciation.
Why? You don't need anyone else but yourself and me, of course, but I'm a part of you, so that doesn't count.
If you want to go quickly, go alone. If you want to go further, go together. The only one we'd want to get away quickly from here is darkness.
But you know you can't go on without me. Even if I'm bad company, I complete you.
I think we can finally agree on something. It is better to be alone than in bad company. But best of all is being good company yourself.
Cannot believe you chose him to go along. Says he's going to come up with a It's hard to understand the guzzle, but it's something about flip-flop the flip-flops and not getting sauced. Hold on tight, and you don't even have to feed it. Let's see. That's enough quacks to sustain the Googlide flipper with infinite ammunition. Goop says he was there when the Porky Puff took Out of Date's leg, so this World Eater has made it personal. After that, Out of Date started using his head instead of his legs and came up with the plan on how to best make a stand against the World Eaters, and it wasn't by foot. He seems happy to talk. You need to help Goop defeat the Porky Puff before it destroys the southeast route. Says there's an interesting place nearby that no one knows about, but doesn't really want to talk about it right now. Thinks you'd better learn to breathe water to take on the Northwest World Eater. Says you should take care. He seems happy to talk. Says you should take it easy. Let's see. If a story is about you, careful. Let's see.
कहीं के लिए इतना करते हैं। तो गाइस आज के लिए इतना ही, कल मिलता है, बाय बाय।